What's up, everybody? DinoPawnz here, coming at you from the Coda Nexus in the Otherside metaverse. Today, we're going to be doing a speed run tutorial for the Leap of Faith challenge, which is located in the art gallery within Starfield Park. So, today's speedrun tutorial is going to be a little different than the basic tutorial videos that you may have seen before. Speedrunning is a category in gaming that is extremely challenging, requires extreme precision, perseverance, and dedication. So, currently we are headed to the challenge location, which is in the bottom right-hand side of the Starfield gallery. I am going to show you in excruciating detail how to get your runs to the highest level and be able to compete with the top players on the leaderboards. Hopefully by the end of this, you will learn something new and be able to perform these challenges in a very professional manner. So now that we've arrived at the challenge location, it is time to put your game face on. There is no messing around when it comes to speedrunning. Every microsecond matters. So the first thing we're going to do is switch into an avatar that gives us an edge in speedrunning. For me, it's going to have to be the Pixel Pal with the giant hairstyle. So I'm going to equip my avatar, switch into my Pixel Pal, and now I am ready to begin the challenge. So right now, I'm going to start the challenge and perform the speedrun for you. And after I've completed and shown you the speedrun, we are going to go into excruciating detail on what exactly I had to do in order to get the record time. Now, although I just got a 37.2 world record run, I was not entirely happy with the quality of the run. So I'm going to attempt to do it once more in hopes that we get an even cleaner run than before. So here we are, making sure to descend to the level of the gems. Perfect. This is perfection right here. We also make sure not to get bullied by the giant laser beam. Perfect. We go into the path of these gems. Perfect. And now we must get the final gem that is right here. Please. Boom. And now we have a 36.9 second run. Now let's break down this speed run thoroughly. But before that, let's talk about the actual world record time. The current record time is 36.95 seconds. And the previous records were held by myself as well at 37.75 seconds and 37.2. So you may be asking yourself, Dino, why would you go ahead and break the record again? Well, after looking back at the footage, I saw that there were a lot of mistakes in the run, and I wanted to submit something that I was more proud of. Now, will the 36.95 second run stand? Absolutely not. I can break that record again within a few minutes, and I'm sure many of you can as well. The leaderboards are constantly changing, constantly evolving, and the speedruns are constantly getting faster and better. So if you see a leaderboard score that you think is unbeatable, it is definitely beatable. Every single record that you see on any leaderboard can be broken in minutes even, as long as you do the proper techniques. Now for this particular speed run, the first step was to start on the start challenge lever. Now, just because I do it, do not take everything I do as gospel. There may be faster ways to do this challenge that I have not yet thought of, and that is the beauty of speed running. But for now, I believe that the quickest way is to start on top of the lever so that we begin instantly gliding and moving at our top speed. So, once we are on the start challenge lever, we are then going to jump as far away from the lever as possible before activating the start challenge lever, which means we are going to jump to around here and activate the start challenge lever in the air. So it's going to look kind of like this, except without the falling, like that. So Now that we started the challenge correctly, we are going to immediately hold S to descend before we've even arrived at the airlift so that we do not get extra height that we do not require and collect the gems as speedily as possible. Then we're going to hold S while in the next airlift to once again not get any extra height and collect the gems safely and securely. Once again, we hold S here and collect these gems. Now we're going to hold S and return back to this chest location where we will collect the final gem. Another thing to note for any speedrun is we want to cut things as close as humanly possible. That means when we glide, we are cutting corners and getting as close to buildings as humanly possible, like the wall we just passed moments ago. Then when we are turning, we want to get onto the left side of this airlift so that we can get the sharpest turn that we can get and hopefully save time with our turns, making sure not to get the widest of turns. However, keep in mind that if you do this, you risk the run. So it becomes a risk/reward type of situation where do you want to do this run 1,000 times and get, maybe a 0.1 second score faster, or do you want to do this run maybe 10 times and sacrifice those extra milliseconds? That is something to consider when doing your speedruns. Another thing to note for any speedrun is we want to cut things as close as humanly possible. That means when we glide, we are cutting corners and getting as close to buildings as humanly possible, like the wall we just passed moments ago. Then when we are turning, we want to get onto the left side of this airlift so that we can get the sharpest turn that we can get and hopefully save time with our turns, making sure not to get the widest of turns. However, keep in mind that if you do this, you risk the run. So it becomes a risk/reward type of situation where do you want to do this run 1,000 times and get, maybe a 0.1 second score faster, or do you want to do this run maybe 10 times and sacrifice those extra milliseconds? So that's going to do it for our Leap of Faith speedrun tutorial today. Hopefully you learned something new, and if you have any further questions, feel free to ask me in the comments or in person if you catch me on the other side. If you want to know how to beat this record run that I recorded in the video, my only suggestion right now would be to fly below the crystals and be as low as possible while still being in range of the crystals. This way you will land at the final platform a little bit faster than I did and get an even better time. So thank you all for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later, guys.